Hi, in this video we will be discussing GMAT Official Guide 2017 edition Quant Problem Solving question number 182. Let's have a look at this question. If you look at this question, on a recent trip, Sindri drove her car 290 miles, rounded to the nearest 10 miles. Okay, distance she traveled is 290 miles, but this is rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, this is rounded value. Okay, and used gallons of gasoline rounded to the nearest gallon. Okay, so gasoline, right? The gas which she used is 12 gallons, but again this is rounded. Okay, it's a rounded value. Okay, the actual number of miles per gallon that Cindy cars got on this trip must have been between the actual number of miles per gallon. So that they're asking basically mileage, right? So miles per gallon. Okay, so let's see how to solve this question, right? Okay, so let me write mileage, which is nothing but miles per gallon. Okay, so it's what we have to figure out. Okay, so since it's rounded to the nearest 10, this is also rounded to the nearest gallon, right? So let's find it out what could have been the range of values. So what is mean by roundest to the nearest 10, right? Also already we have discussed this rounding part. So for an example, if they are giving you 386, round this to the nearest tenth, we can write this as 390. Okay, 387, round this to the nearest tenth, 390. The nearest tenth would be, remember that here the tens place here is 8. Tens, not tenth, not th, tens place. Here tens place is 8, right? So anything, the hundreds place is 5 or more than 5, we can round it to the, the next tenth value, which is 9 here. So same thing, say for an example, if you have 393, if the hundreds place is not less than, not greater than 5 or more than 5, then we can stay where it is, wherever that tens place is. So that means we can round this to 390 itself. Okay. So same thing here, 290 miles we have rounded it off. So that means the value would have been between, because 285 we can round it to 290. 284 we would have rounded to 80, because 284 is 100th place is less than, or 284 would have been rounded to 280, right? So because the 100th place is lesser than the 5, so that means we can round this to 280, correct? So here 285 we are rounding, right? 285 can be rounded to the hundreds places 5 or more, can be rounded to the next value of 10, which is nothing but 290. 285, 286, 287, 288, 289, 290 also, right? And 291 also would be rounded down, right? 291 hundreds places lesser than 5, so that means we'll round to the 290 itself, right? 290, 291, 292, 293 will also be the same thing. 294 will also be the same thing, but 295 would be rounded to the 300, right? The nearest tenth. Okay, because hundreds places 5 or above. So that means here the distance has to be lie between 285, where the 285 is inclusive, but lesser than 295, right? 295 is not inclusive. So they haven't mentioned about miles, whether there has to be an integer, so it could be 285.5555 also. So that means this is what the distance is. Now miles per gallon, 12 gallons rounded to the nearest gallon. So nearest gallon means again the same thing, 11.5 or more we can round that to 12, right? 5 or more, the tens place we can round to the tens place. If it is 5 or more, we can round the units place 1 extra, right? So that means 11.5 till, right? So it has to be greater than or equal to 11.5, but lesser than definitely 12.5, because 12.5 would be round to the nearest gallon, which is nothing but 13. If the tens place is 5 or more than 5, you can raise to the next value of the units place, which is 13 here. Okay, now to find the least, right, the actual number of miles per gallon. Miles per gallon means distance divided by the gas, correct, gasoline. So here to find the least value, first we have to take the if we are taking the numerator the least, if the numerator distance is least 285, if we take the denominator as the greatest, right, then we will have the least possible, miles per gallon, right? So 12.5, 285 divided by 12.5 will get you if the denominator gets bigger, it will get you the least possible value. So 285 divided by 12.5. Okay, but 285 divided by 11.5 will not be the least, because 11.5 is lesser than 12.5. We can do 12.5 if students might question, okay, 12.5 is not included, but 12.5 is not included, but we can include 12.49999, right? So instead of writing 12.4999, we can find the approximate value for 12.5. So since the question is also asking between, all the options are between, right? Not the extremes are included, so you no need to worry about it. So 285 divided by 12.5 will give you the least value. Likewise 295, the greatest, we pick the greatest in the numerator. To get the greatest value, you have to take the least possible gasoline. So just nothing but least denominator, which is nothing but 11.5. 285 divided by 12.5 will give you the least value. 295 divided by 11.5 will get you the greatest value. So like this, least denominator divided by, least numerator divided by greatest denominator, and greatest numerator divided by least denominator, that will get you the greatest, and then this one will give you the least value. So 285 by 12.5 and 295 by 11.5, then the answer has to be D, which is exactly matches to this, right? See here by itself, right, we can eliminate the answer choices. We just not have 11.5, 12.5, right, and 285 and 295. Answer choice A is ruled out, and answer choice B made 295 divided by 12 it has, but we know that extremes are 12.5, right, and 11.5, correct, least and greatest. So you can also eliminate the answer choice C, which is 12 and 12. So either it has to be answer choice D or E. D, 295 divided by 12.5 will not give you the least possible value, because numerator is higher than the the answer choice D. The numerator is lesser, where the answer choice E when numerator is higher. So if numerator is higher, this will not get you the least value. So likewise 295 divided by 11.5 and 285, here the numerator is lesser to find the greatest value, which is not going to be true. So eliminate the answer choice E. So answer has to be here D. Hope this is clear. But this is a pretty simple, straightforward question, which the question expecting you to know the rounding rules, as well as how to find the range of the values. So to find the range of the values, the least value, if you want, you have to have the least numerator and the greatest denominator. If you want to have the greatest value, you need to have the greatest numerator and the least denominator. That's the process we have done. Hope this is clear. Answer has to be here D. Thank you.